Hello, I'm Jennifer Witt, Director of ProjectManager.com. Well, I hope you joined us in our last session for how to run a job interview. But this week we want to focus on this whiteboard session if you are the interviewee. So today what I want to share with you are 5 tips for winning your job interview. So number 1, when you enter a job interview, it's important to take your passion and your energy or your frequency to the interviewer and not come in with the weight on your shoulder. We all have a lot of things going on in our lives, especially with some of the economic turbulence, maybe some other projects we're dealing with or other things, but it's important not to bring or show the weight of the world on your shoulders. So, and also when you're being interviewed, answer again with energy and excitement about that job or what you've done in the past, and not answer in a monotone frequency, or worse yet, put your interviewer to sleep. Number 2, bring samples of your work. Specificity drives credibility in showing your relevance to that job, your past experience, maybe some of the tools or techniques that you know or have learned. And also again, bringing your portfolios of maybe some plans that you've completed in the past or templates, or even showing an online demo. A lot of times I bring my iPad and I can show things on to my interviewee of some of the things I've done online. Also, you can also bring things of your portfolio. For instance, if you're responsible for training and you develop some of your training, it may be important for the interviewer to see the quality of your work. Also, if you've written in any publications, you may bring some of the articles that you've written for the trade journal. For instance, PM Network, published by PMI. Also, you can bring samples of templates and say, like a project notebook, and actually show people some of the information you've done, share some of your writings or some maybe things that you've spoken on, but show them a portfolio. Have some artist friends, and I love when they bring their portfolios. They show some maybe sketches or some drawings or some of the graphical work. So I love to take from their ideas. And you can also leave behind what you've showed them. It's nice to maybe include a nice folder, something colorful that matches maybe your own personal branding, so that you can say, and I've also included copies for you to look through when I leave. And that gives a great leave behind, something after the interview they can go back and look at in more detail while you're gone. So it's important to bring your portfolio again, show your relevance, show your experience and things that you can bring to the table. Also, to show mobilization and socialization. That's very important today. Most teams are including being mobile, so being able to communicate with your teams effectively who may be remote or mobile, or maybe even you're out between projects. So showing that you have some kind of mobility, whether it's an iPhone, a BlackBerry, or any kind of mobile device, or even iPads or any other technology. Next is dress. There is something to be said for dressing for success. So for men and women, knowing the environment that you're going into, it's important to ask your interviewer, or maybe if you're working with a recruiting or staffing firm, maybe ask them what the environment is like so you'll know how to dress appropriately. Even if you are interviewing for something intra-company, within your company, it's important, maybe business units are different, and if you're more client-facing or something customer-facing, it may be more important for you to dress one way than if you're working maybe with technical resources. And also if you're meeting with the executive team, it's important to dress so that you are dressed for the role. Also participate. It's important to ask your interviewer questions and show interest. Again, one of the assumptions we make coming in is that you've prepared prior to the interview. So you know about the company, you know about the job, you know about the role, some of the team members. Again, we believe in Googling and finding out. And so coming into that conversation with questions that you have about them. Remember, you are interviewing them as well as they are interviewing you. You may discover through your questions, it may be an environment, it may be a project, it may be a project manager or manager that you don't want to work for. Be genuine, really know your strengths, and know what you're passionate about. I know for myself, there are some things that I really don't enjoy anymore. Maybe I've done them in my past and I've been there, done that, and I've enjoyed and have more passion for other things. So it's important for you to know exactly what the expectations are for you in that role and know, is that really my strength? Is this something I'm well equipped to do? Is this something I even want to do anymore? Because out of fairness to yourself and of fairness to the interviewer or the company, it's important not to engage in or agree to a role that maybe you're not excited about. I want to throw in 3 bonuses. So 3 bonuses for an interview. And being an interviewer, I've actually had some of these things that have been thrown in the interview by the interviewee. And I just want to bring these up. Electronic devices. Be sure to go into the interview with your devices turned off. I've actually had an interviewee take a call during an interview. So it doesn't make a very good impression. It makes it look like you have something more important than your interviewer. Number 2, your time. Be mindful of the time. If the interview is 20 minutes or 30 minutes, also act as a good project manager and manage that time. And at the end of the 20 minutes or 30 minutes when your interview is up, let the interviewer know, even if it goes past the time, check in and be mindful of their time as well as yours. 3, next steps. Following up on next steps, really leaving knowing what is the next steps, when will you hear from them, when will they get back with you, are they looking to fill this soon or immediate or in the future. So those are 5 of the tips that I feel like will have you win your interview. If you need any tips, tools, or techniques to help you stand out in your job interview and win that job, then feel free to join us at projectmanager.com.